What's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. So today we are out here at Circuit of the Americas. We are out here for another track day with Chin. As you guys can see, it is unfortunately raining again. It rained all night last night. And it's probably gonna rain for another 20 or 30 minutes this morning. But hopefully, you know, it shouldn't be raining too much more. It's kind of like a little damp drizzle out right now, but it's supposed to be clearing out later today. And hopefully we'll be able to set some warm laps and you know, get some practice out here. Got some of my boys coming to support, and my boy B is here in the M4 as well. We're gonna be getting some hot laps in. You know, it's my first time really pushing at COTA or driving the full track, so it should be a good little learning experience this weekend. Nothing's really changed on the car so far. Like I said, we did do the chassis mounted splitter. I'm leaving it here at this 1 inch right now, just because it's wet, and I think as the day goes on I'll probably pull it back out. Like I said, it's super easy. We haven't changed the brake pads yet. They are a little low on life, so we'll probably end up doing that later today. Other than that, car's all set. Car's all good, and we should be getting some good laps in today. I probably won't video any of the first sessions just because it's going to be wet. I'm just going to be, you know, kind of getting myself comfortable where there's grip on track and whatnot. We should be good to go from there, and let's have some fun out on the track. Okay guys, so we got our first like 2 little sessions kind of done. Unfortunately, above like 130 miles an hour, this kind of ripped off. It didn't rip off, but I came back in and it was like an inch off the floor. So I just got it off the car for now. We'll go back out and we'll get some more laps, but it's still pretty wet out. The rain's supposed to be done for now, so we should be getting back to some hot laps here soon. The track was pretty dry the last time I went out, so it's getting there. It's still got some wet spots, but it should be enough to kind of go for a push lap here soon. So I don't know if you can hear over all the race cars, but otherwise car feels good. Like I said, I'm just going to be watching these brakes. I haven't really messed with any pressures yet. I mean, I've only got like 3 laps or so in the car so far. It's been like an out lap, a lap, and back in. So we've had some black sessions, some black flags. We had a dog on track, and just a bunch of junk. But should be drying out now, and hopefully we can go out and get some hot laps. Well guys, a little update on the car. So we got out, our last session, it was decently dry. We got some dry laps in, and I came back in and these pads were absolutely gone. They were just absolutely shredded. So I'll throw you guys a picture of this side, and then the other side. The other side, I mean, they're literally falling apart. So I'm glad I went ahead and got these off. I did find a tiny little cord on just this one tire here. So I went ahead and rotated those to the rear. It's definitely a camber wear issue thing. I don't have any spare tires with me, but I do have some at home. So it's about 2 hours away. So I'm gonna go ahead and go home tonight. I'll take the Cayenne. I'm gonna go home, go ahead and get those spare tires, and then when I get here in the morning, I'll get the tires swapped over, and we'll have a fresh set of AO52s to run on. Kind of sucks, but I should be able to run the rest of the day like this. Shouldn't really have too many issues. Other than that, we got the front pads swapped. The swap was pretty easy. Like I said, we just went to brand new CSG spec pads. They're really aggressive. It's what I had on the car before, but we just wanted to get some fresh ones in there. So as you guys can see, now they're nice and fresh. And we can go back out and get some more laps. Got all the M cars out here, all the M cars, but other than that, car's doing good. I just taking a little time to get used to the track. Last session I went out, it still had some rain. There were still some wet sections on the track, so I'm just gonna go ahead and figure those out, get them sorted for this this session, and we'll be all good to go. So I'll go ahead and get the GoPro set up, show you guys some times, show you guys some laps, and we'll be good to go. So hope you guys enjoy. Well, if you're wondering where we are or why we're here, we're back in the garage and we are here to grab our second set of tires. So unfortunately, I probably should have brought them, but I ended up not bringing them. And we ended up getting running a cord on one of the tires. So we made a quick trip back home. It's only about 2 hours from the track. So we did our last session. I didn't want to push the tires anymore. So emptied out the Cayenne and we're gonna come grab a set of tires. And then in the morning, we're gonna go get them put back onto the car. And that way tomorrow we can have a fresh set of tires. They're technically takeoffs, but they should be good. We're gonna get a fresh set. We can get them onto the car and we will be able to set some good laps. So let's go ahead and get these loaded up, make the quick turnaround, and let's head back to the track. Good morning, everyone. We're back for day 2, Circuit of the Americas, and we went over some things. We had a little bit of issues yesterday, but you know, hopefully we've got them all fixed. So I want to go over changes we made, what we had to do, and hopefully how we should be better. So the first thing was this lip. We ended up tearing off the splitter section. It didn't fully tear off, but it kind of pulled it down and it was dragging down the back straight and I could feel it make this horrible vibration. I've actually noticed that it's like created this gap here between the bumper and it's still like rock solid and sturdy on there, but it almost feels like it's bent the bars or something. I'm not sure. So unfortunately, not too sure how much longer this is gonna last, but we should be, it's been good for now, just like this, and we just removed the extra splitter section. Next thing was the front pads. So we ended up chewing through those front pads, not these, but the old ones, and we had to replace these. The old ones were absolutely torn up. So now we've got a new set of those on. I've gone out, did the little bedding process, and they feel fantastic on the street. And they feel pretty good on the track as well. So, you know, I'm happy that the brake issue is solved. I definitely have a ton more confidence going out on track. Everything's been good in that respect. Last thing I need to get to are the tires. So if you guys remember me talking about it, we were running Advan AO52s. We were running 295 30s on all 4 corners. Unfortunately, yesterday I ended up tearing one of the inside fronts and it started showing some cords. So it was early on in the day. I went ahead and moved it to the rear, ran a few more sessions, did a few more laps. Car felt okay, but the tearing kind of got worse. So I didn't want to push it. It's not really worth the risk, especially at a big track like this. I had spare tires, but they were all the way back in Houston. So I made the trip back down to Houston last night. It's only about 2.5 hours. So I drove there, came all the way back, and this morning woke up early, went to a tire shop right here close to the track, and we have the new AO52s on here. So these are some more takeoff scrubs, but these are the 35 sidewalls. So you can see they are a lot more meaty. You know, hopefully we don't have any rubbing issues. We might have a little bit of an issue here on the back. It's pretty aggressive down here. If anything, there's a 5mm spacer on there, so I can take that off. That's not needed for clearancing. And then the other thing I noticed while pulling in here is I think it's rubbing right in here on the fender liner at full lock. But I think on track I should be okay. So we're gonna try and make do with what we got today. You can see I got these things pretty toasty. They're turning like this darkish green color compared to the rears. The rears are still the OEM blue color. This is what they were supposed to look like. And they've just completely been obliterated. So we have a check ride coming up to move up into the a little bit more advanced group later on in the day, but we're gonna go out and make sure the car feels all good and just go get some sessions out. So I'm not sure if I'll record just because I want to make sure that the car feels good, but we should go get some good laps in. Well guys, it's later in the day. We've had a few more sessions on the car. So far the car is doing absolutely fantastic. So we're just taking care of some tire pressures, just kind of monitoring those as we go about the day. Otherwise they're doing fantastic. So I just came in, it's getting a little warmer today, so I went ahead and lowered the pressures just a hair further. Brakes feel absolutely fantastic. You can see we're definitely starting to get some heat in these rotors. So it's probably gonna be time to upgrade to two-piece rotors here soon, but pads are doing well, everything's doing pretty good. Tires feel really good. Overall the car just kind of feels pretty good. So I'm been going a little bit faster. We're down to a 234 on the car now. My goal for the weekend was to set into the low 230s, so you know, just a little bit further and we're getting there. The car does have a 233 theoretical in it, so I'm hoping I can get there. We've got about one, maybe two more sessions left this weekend. So otherwise, car's been absolutely fantastic. Can't really complain about it at all. And having a blast driving here at Circuit of the Americas. So super fun track, a little bit, little daunting, and you know, kind of a big boy track, but it's really fun and really enjoying the car. So like I said, we're gonna go out for one more session. We're gonna go see if we can't, you know, just to squeeze out a little bit more out of it, just as I'm getting more and more confident with the car and more confident with the braking zones and the track. But other than that, we should be good. And we may do some ride-alongs after that and call it quits, put it up on the trailer and get it home for the night. So let's get in the car and we'll go get a few more laps. Well guys, that's it. Car's all loaded up. We are headed back to Houston tonight, so everything went well. Wasn't able to go any faster, but the car did flawlessly. I have absolutely zero complaints. I'm super happy. You know, this is my first time here at Circuit of the Americas, so you know, it's not an easy track, so there's always some learning to do and whatnot, but super happy with the tires. They ended up performing really well. Going to the 295/35s, I think they look super good, super beefy, but they had really good grip. The brakes as well, they did phenomenally. Pretty happy with them so far. As you can see, they still got plenty of life left in there on those new pads. So I do think maybe some brake cooling is necessary for the next time we come back to such a big track here at Circuit of the Americas. Other than that, have no complaints about the car. Super happy with how it performed. We have our next event in 2 weeks. We'll be going to a time attack event up at MSR Crescent. So we're gonna get the car home, get her kind of cleaned up, maybe do a once over and a check, and we can take it back to Crescent in 2 weeks and hopefully do some good time attack there. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching some of those clips. I didn't end up reaching my goal. You know, I wanted to get down to a 230 this weekend, but I only ended up making it to a 234. Not too bad considering it's my first time at COTA. Pretty pleased with the car. I think it's got, you know, maybe another 7 or 8 seconds in it if I had some more, you know, some more oomph and was willing to send it a little bit harder on some of the corners. But really can't complain. Super happy with how the car did, and loved driving this track, but it is a little bit intimidating. So car did well. We're back to the GTS tune. So we're down a little bit on power from what we were on stage 1, but it had absolutely zero power cut. So I wasn't losing any power due to heat soaking or any of that. So super happy with that. I'm just gonna leave it on this GTS tune. The car felt really good, and honestly, it had enough power that it was pulling on some of the GT4 Cup cars down the back straight. So no problems with that, but overall, car did flawlessly, and super happy with the result we got this weekend. That's gonna do it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed watching us track at Circuit of the Americas. If you have any questions, love to see them down below. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like, leave a comment. I'll see you guys in the next video.